Sure.
Keemstar said
About
that
a year.
Keemstar said that he wanted to give DSP, Wings of Redemption, and Boogie 2298 a podcast and call it the
Lol Cow podcast.
The Lol Cow podcast, something like that. And he was offering them each $50,000 up front to do it. And then, proceeds from whatever the podcast makes on YouTube and advertising and things like that.
Yep.
It sounded like it would have been a pretty sweet deal.
Great deal.
For DSP.
DSP always needed money, much like all of us do.
Right. All of these guys were always, saying, oh, it's never enough. It's never enough. One thing I've always resented about DSP is he makes those of us who go to the fans to fund their show look like shit. Because he never has a set amount where he's like, guys, this is how much it costs to run the business. If you feel like chipping in, if you think the show's good, here's some perks we give you. If you contribute a bunch and you're really, really generous, here's some give backs, if you will, as a token of our appreciation. DSP just takes. He's a real haza. Takes. Asks for more. There's never a set amount. It's always just more. Hey, my car broke down. Give me more money. Hey, this broke. Give me more money. Hey, I need to buy this. Give me more money. I always resented that because as a shameless e-beggar, I feel like the people you e-beg to deserve some respect.
Yeah, they do.
And it should be, hey, guys, here you go. Here's what it takes. Do you feel like chipping in? He yells at people and shits on people for not giving him money.
Or for how they give him money.
Oh, why didn't you tip me? Why did you send me a super chat? It's like, dude, work all that shit out on your own. That's your audience is being generous to you, but you don't like how they're being generous. So I always hated that. All right, are you ready?
Yes, give me this, please.
We've got DSP. How are your jugs?
My jugs are in good hands.
All right.
Very happy.
Wait a minute, they're not in mine. What the fuck did you do to your... Oh, Cody's going to get a fucking beating. I tell you what. Let's go to Pig Roach. Pig Roach got all dressed up for Halloween. And now, you know how sometimes you feel bad for John?
Occasionally, yeah.
And then, Carl says you watch him a little bit longer. You go, fuck this piece of shit. Sometimes I get that way about Phil when I think about this costume thing especially because... Phil wanted to have some fun on Halloween, and he wanted to dress up like a Street Fighter guy. And just like when he plays Street Fighter, it didn't work out the way he wanted it to because people were beating him. Phil, instead of ignoring or having a laugh about all the people who were giving him a hard time about his costume, decided to do the thing you absolutely should do on the internet and decided to lash out, rage, and attack them.
It always works out.
Now, look, I say this all the time about Phil. I'm not entertained by the going after him for the begging and the tips and the things like that. To me, that's played out. That's easy.
I'm just one guy. I don't own a giant team of businesses. I don't make a lot of money where I can lawyer up and try to protect myself against all of this really negative, toxic
bullshit.
stuff.
There are plenty of lawyers who work on, you get a settlement,
Pro
you
bono.
get something, they take it off the back end. There are plenty of lawyers who do that.
Said about me on the internet. In fact, there's so many people saying this about me at once. I would have to have a team of lawyers suing everyone at once. It would be insane. It would never work.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay?
Okay, Phil, if
For the
that's your
most part.
problem, could you maybe, I don't know, just drop it and move on? Because I feel like if you don't pay attention to it, does it really affect you?
Right. Now, when are you going to ask people if they want to interview? How much of your benign drivel do we have to listen to before you go, okay, here's what I want to do?
I keep my mouth shut. I just stay here in my lane on my channel, DSP.
Oh, get
I just
the
make content
fuck.
for myself.
Oh, my God.
And then
Are you
This is a new
kidding?
level of fucking not aware.
Is this the guy who a few minutes ago just said he got a lot more self-awareness?
Yes, it is. He said he was less fucking abrasive and he was and he's more self-aware. Are you shitting me, Phil? Have you ever watched your show?
Phil, your resting state is cunty. That's just where you start at. That's you run hot. Hey, Phil's been doing this for 15 years now. Leave him alone. He knows his shit.
Has that always been there, though? I don't think so.
Yeah. I love his creaky chair. Oh, yeah, you got to turn on your light, Phil. Come on, Phil. Where's the professionalism?
go.
Come on.
I think my grandma had that
what's up?
garland.
What's going on? Today is Monday, the 3rd of October, 2022. I'm DSP, and I welcome you here to the show. We have an interesting show here today, for sure.
That's a matter of opinion. You know, I'm tired of this guy sitting there telling people he's got an interesting show. One of these times, Phil, I'm going to make you prove that. Because every time you say that, and every time it turns out to be you bitching about something, or you just babbling incoherently about the bills you have coming due, I never hear him like talk about a topic or talk about a news story or talk about anything related to gaming other than how little support he got for the game he just played.
Yes. We got cat
Then you
hair
have to
in
put
it.
the packets of seasoning in, and then you have to start cooking it into a boil and stir it.
Oh, you poor fucking guy.
It's too much for his gamer biceps to handle.
And then you have to stir it. It's like, she told me this was an easy meal. I thought I would just stare at it and will it to boil.
He's the kind of guy that needs like a Hungry Man frozen dinner to just pop in the microwave that's like 2,500 grams of sodium.
How is Phil not catching on to what could be his next cash cow? A food review channel.
Food review.
I would watch DarkSydePhil food reviews all fucking day.
Dark Side Food.
Dark
Side Food Reviews.
Dark Side food review. Yeah.
Screen.
What are you looking off to the side for? Did you have a moment of shame and you just power stroked through it?
Turns out he really, really enjoys the Lego movie.
All right, let's watch the. Oh no! What was up, Phil? What was over there?
Yeah.
His wife opened the door again. Phil, again.
Well, you're not going to touch it, so I have to do the tips.
That's right. I have to rub my tip. Tomorrow's my day off from rubbing my tip, or I chafe. So I got to come before my day off.
I can imagine if you ended with ice cream.
DSP.
Snort.
Yeah, DSP. This isn't about begging. This isn't about getting a new computer.
That's refreshing already.
It's not about any of that. You know what it's about?
Gays.
Black people.
Whoa.
Yep. DSP decided, you know what? I'm going to branch out. I'm going to be a little bit more than a gamer. You know what I'm going to be? I'm going to be an off-the-cuff, acerbic-witted show host.
Okay.
I'm going to do some comedy.
I'm in.
In between my talking about Jasper and asking you to pay for my new computer, but don't give me a computer, give me money so I can tell you I bought a computer and then just buy a bunch of WWE Mobile Champions credits. In between all of that.
You know that's the same behavior as homeless people, right?
Sure. You're just going to spend it on booze, Phil.
No, let me give you some food.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want any food, all right? I have food, all right? I cook every night. No, you don't. You order DoorDash.
You
Shut
make
the fuck up.
ramen.
Yeah.